So this is our group. We were getting on the bus to head to the airport and start our trip. Then we were on the airplane together for a very long flight. When we got there, we put up our mosquito nets and immediately fell into bed. So the very first day, we were sorting lots of medication and donations to give out at the clinics. And we started with the clinic bright and early the next morning, had a bunch of people from the community come, and we did triage. We helped them to see providers. We gave medication. We did a lot of screenings for hypertension, diabetes, and just really got to know our patients and pray with them. We had a little baby come in that was not doing well, and we actually admitted her to the hospital and were able to give her some care. This is a view of the orphanage from the hospital. And this is one of the little guys I was hanging out with in the orphanage. We got to just spend some time with them. Here's a cutie pie with her sweet face. And a little one that fell asleep, was just exhausted from the day. So we had a lot of fun just using our free time to hang out with all the kiddos and get them outside, play around, venture into the toddler room with a bunch of kiddos. But it was really cool and fun and just inspiring to see the mamas and how much they just really were committed to those kids. So then we drove out to Juja Farm and did a clinic out there in a more rural area. This is a lady I got to help pick out some glasses for. We did triage just like our first clinic and saw patients of all ages, and we saw kids, we saw adults and kids that were healthy. We saw some that were really, really sick, and it just was a really cool opportunity to provide physical care, but also meet some spiritual needs. And just really hear the stories of these patients, because a lot of them had come a long way, and they were just really, really humble and amazing. This is the orphanage for the older kids out at Juja Farm. So we spent some time with those kiddos out there after our first clinic day, and that was a blast. So we played lots of games with them. We did some of those hand games and taught them songs. Some of us played soccer. I declined that invitation, but they had a lot of fun. I did try to race some of the kids, and as you can see, I'm in the very back, and I didn't make it very far, but it was really fun, and the kiddos were really excited that we were racing with them, just playing with them. They loved the jump rope. That was a big thing that we did over and over again, counting how many jumps they could get in. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Out there, here's some girls that we met and just spent some time talking to, learning their stories. Some kitties we found out at Juja Farm, and they were very cute and captivated our attention for a while. Here's another picture from Juja Farm out at the clinic. And this is a little baby that was delivered via C-section. That was an emergency C-section. Here's another clinic day. As you can see, all the people waiting in line. That was a big clinic day. Some babies in the orphanage just waiting for us to hold them and have fun. This is Valentine. She was a translator for us. She was amazing. And we did another clinic. It was great. I got to really invest in hearing the stories of patients. We couldn't help everybody, but for some people, they just needed somebody to hear and listen. We had amazing food and they fed us very well, so that was great. This little guy, just did an assessment on him. He was nice and healthy, so that was good. We did a lot of basic interventions, some medications, and then we even found some hypertensive crises, a patient in DKA, some bigger medical problems that we were able to address at the clinic. This is driving out to Juja Farm in the rural area, and the little baby that they delivered via C-section. Here's some kiddos from the clinic, and they were just really fun. This is really cool just to bring us together. We only knew a couple words. And then we kind of took a break from our clinics to enjoy just the culture of Kenya and do some sightseeing. So we drove a little bit more north and saw some beautiful green areas. We had amazing food yet again, and very filling and fresh, and it was a blessing. We did venture to use the squatty potties, at least some of us, and it was quite an experience, but we got to start our day with scripture and devotions, and that was just really powerful. Our whole group just was amazing in working together and lifting each other up, and we couldn't have done it alone. So we enjoyed kind of wrapping up our trip with the safari and saw lots of animals. This is some Cape buffalo. We were just surrounded by them. There were so many of them. So that was pretty cool because I hadn't seen any animals like that before, and just to see how many there were calves, and they were just crossing the road and everything, so that was really cool. Our safari was pretty neat because it was a break from our clinics, but also a time just to get to know each other better as we were in our buses driving along in the safari, and just seeing and appreciating God's creation and just the amazing things all over the world. Some rhinos, that was pretty cool. And some zebras. And then here's some giraffes. They were a little bit farther off, so the picture's a little blurry, but it was still cool. And here's some antelope, I think. Those are pretty cool. Some flamingos. And the baboons. Everybody loved the monkeys. They would run and jump, and they were picking stuff off each other. Here's some more. And this was a really cool animal called a water buck. And they a lot of times just chill in the water eating that plant. And their horns are really cool. We got so close. We were on this boat safari, which was quite a blessing to get to be that close. And the African sunset was just amazing and just really calming and cool to see. And a camel that we saw. We had a great dinner at one of the hotels we stayed at, and I got to hold a monkey. That was a pretty big highlight. Eating the peanuts out of my hands, I was pretty excited, as you can see. So after our little quick vacation, we headed back to Happy Life to help take care of the kids some more and do assessments on all of them so we could just identify if there were any medical needs we needed to be watching out for. This is Phil. He was really sweet. Some little girls from church that we met. And this is in the room with some of the older babies. We were assessing them. Trying to assess toddlers was quite a feat, but got some practice in, so that was good. And just worshiping together was just an amazing experience. This little girl's blowing bubbles that we gave her, and that was really fun. And here's the outside of Jessie K Hospital and the pharmacy. So flying back over the Alps, that was a really cool sight that we got to see. So this trip was just amazing, and I am really, really thankful for everyone that supported me and prayed for me on this trip, and just our whole team and everything that we were able to do and everything that God worked through. So it was an incredible experience, and I definitely want to go back. So thank you all for supporting me in this and watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it.